So Ja Morant is about to get traded. And which team do I think that Ja Morant is about to get traded to? That is a great question. Considering his history of misbehavior on the Grizzlies, I think a lot of teams are just going to pass up on him just for that reason. But, I mean, this is going to be an interesting trade because a lot of teams that could take him that do need a star may not take him just because of his history with guns and wanting to play with guns. My overall opinion of Ja Morant is he is, I don't want to say stupid, but I mean, for him to get in trouble for the same thing multiple times when there's essentially millions of dollars on the line, like, I think it's stupid, but I don't know what that man got going on at home. A team that people have been talking about him going to is the Brooklyn Nets. Now, the Brooklyn Nets don't have shit going on except for, Terrence Mann and Nick Claxton. Like, I mean, he could go over there. They probably will have to trade at least one of those players for him. The man is 26. I can't see him going to a city like Golden State. Like, Golden State, they could probably use a point guard in the next few years after Curry leaves. But I can't see him really focusing and honing in on his craft in Golden State. I can't really see him going to Miami for the pure fact that he's just too immature for Miami. Toronto could possibly be a good place for him to go. They are trying to build up, and they did pretty well in the postseason. They did better than I thought they would do this year in the postseason. So, teaming them up with like Drew Holiday, shit like that, that could work out. That might be a dangerous team if he plays and he's not injured. Another team that people have been talking about him going to is Sacramento. They do need another star. They lost De'Aaron Fox. That's also California. It's not so much in the way. It's not like an LA, right? It's going to be about what these teams are thinking about when it comes to him. I wonder how his behavior in the past is going to affect his contract and how much they're willing to give him. I think it is time for him to leave the Grizzlies. Ever since the whole getting suspended for the guns and being on Instagram with the guns and, doing the gun signals during the game, which I didn't really think that was a big deal. I know people were making a lot of big deal about that, but I think it was more silly of him to want to do that after everything had already happened. So, between the injuries and, I mean, I wish him well because he is a fantastic player to watch. My little cousin had so many, like in the last, I would say probably like 4 years ago, he had so many just Ja Morant jerseys and Ja Morant posters in his room. Like, people, especially the young kids, they really love to see Ja Morant. He's a fun player to watch. He's one of the most fun players to watch. And honestly, I think we're being robbed of him in his prime years. He's 26. We should be seeing a lot more from him right now. He should be a lot more competitive than he is, but for whatever reason, he's always on the bench. Another trade that they've been talking about with Ja Morant is him going to the Pelicans, teaming up with Zion. I think that'd be pretty interesting, but I don't know. New Orleans is not too far from Memphis, and I think honestly he needs to go anywhere else. Like, he can't stay where he's at. I don't see him changing his ways, and maybe honestly a new organization is good for him because depending on who's on that team, it could be motivation. Depending on who the coach is, it could just be a different type of leadership maybe that he needs. Maybe Memphis just isn't inspiring him. I'm not gonna blame it all on the organization, but because definitely at the end of the day, you have to be disciplined. You have to actually care about the game, care about the NBA, because essentially you are just a highly paid employee. And a lot of people forget that. They think these stars, like, they have all this freedom, and yeah, they do, right? Like, they have the money and, they can kind of do what they want, but not really, right? Like, think about it. These guys are working multiple nights a week, okay? Yes, they're on TV. Yes, they're only playing a game, but there's a lot at stake. There's a lot on the line, right? Like, your body is beat up. You're always traveling. You're traveling for, essentially 10 months out of the year. I mean, if you're a bad team, probably like, 7-8 months, but it's a lot on the body and it's a lot on the mind, and it's not all glitz and glam that people think. But back to Ja Morant, I wish him the best. I really don't care where he goes. I just think he needs to go somewhere new. I think he needs a chance. I really wish that they would, which I don't think they will, but I really wish that they would like pair him with a star. Like if they sent him to Golden State and he played with Curry, like he might have a little bit more respect for the game, because right now that might be the case. He just doesn't respect the game. Like when all that shit was happening and he was in the news heavy, the comments from him just kind of were like, it just kind of just gave like, I don't give a fuck kind of. So I'd like to see him have a little bit more respect for the game, a little bit more respect for the organization in the league that's paying him millions of dollars to just play the game.